Hello, myself Gaurav Mawani. This video is about distance converter application that is developed using Agile Scrum and Kanban methodology. The team is divided into roles with me as a product owner while Deepan acted as a Scrum Master and UI UX designer. The developers Bridges and Kevin are the core of development team. These apps serve as a prime example of Agile methodology in practice. With customer expectation fulfilled, we provided software of high quality meeting the user's needs.
My name is Dipen and today I am excited to present about my role in our project as a Scrum Master and UI UX designer for our Distance Converter app. Combining the roles of as a Scrum Master and a UI UX designer, I took on the challenge of leading our team in an agile development and creating a user interface for our application. As a Scrum Master, my main goal is the successful completion of project of our team. My responsibility is include guide the team through the Scrum process based on agile development practices and the principles. The most important step in the beginning app development is understanding the app usage and how user will interact with it. Our distance converter app is designed to provide quick, accurate conversations between the different distance units. It ensures the usability and the efficiency right from the first interaction. So now let's visit the progression table, which indicates which user stories are included in which version and how much time was taken to work in the app, as well as what the acceptance criteria. In our initial version, the user input distance and the select the unit for conversation. The priority for this version was high because it set the foundation for the subsequent features. This took us 4 days to complete. Also have a various acceptance criteria. The app provides a clear interface and the user can input and digit and choose the unit for the conversation, and users can easily understand and navigate the conversation process. The second version introduced a universal mode. The user inputs a distance and select a unit, and the app automatically calculates the display and conversation across the supported units. This version took 2 days to develop and prioritizing efficiently functionality while expanding the app capabilities. In the final version, expanded the unit database and integrated the validation check to improve the app accuracy and reliability. Like the second version, this was completed in 2 days and maintained a medium priority.
As the product owner, I was responsible for managing and assigning all tasks according to the user story using a Kanban board to fulfill the requirements. On the screen, you can see the board planning section, which includes 5 different columns as a part of the development process: to do, in development, quality assurance, done, and push to dev. When assigning tasks to team members, we categorize them by issue types, providing description, and label them according to the priority level. In the backlog section, we track the current status of all tasks. In the timeline section, there are 3 different versions to ensure that work is completed on time. I have also implemented an automation feature. Whenever a task is transferred from in development to quality assurance, it is automatically assigned to me. This allows me to immediate testing and issue tracking. Should there be any issue, I must create an issue entry with its priority and description. To view all tasks in the details, we have a list section where all task details are listed.
Hello, my name is Bridges Kakadia and I was the part of development team of this project. My primary role was to focus on the UI implementation based on the designs provided by my colleague Deepan. As per the task assigned by the product owner on the Jira Kanban board, it was my responsibility to complete each task in line with the specified requirements. Starting with version 1, I developed the initial user interface elements including the splash screen, select mode, and the single converter feature. Each of these components was carefully crafted to ensure a smooth user experience right from the start, and I committed these updates to our Git repository to track our progress and changes effectively. Moving on to version 2, I took on the implementation of the universal converter screen, which expanded our application's functionality extensively. This part of the project was particularly challenging as it required integrating multiple units of conversation into a single interface. The code for this is currently available on GitHub for public access and further development. For version 3, the focus shifted away from UI enhancements towards backend development, which did not necessitate any changes to the design. Therefore, my colleague Kevin handled this part of the project. He developed the backend systems to ensure that our application runs effectively and securely, and preparing it for scalable future enhancement.
Hi all, I am Kevin Piparia. I was mainly involved in the backend development of our application, while the design components were organized by my teammate Bridges. Here I will talk about our app's development journey. In the first version of our app, I started with a sub-menu that allowed the users to select units like kilometers, meters, centimeters, inches, feet, and miles. I coded the live conversion functionality where a user can enter the data in one field and instantly see the converted value in another field. After I inserted the swap button in between the input and output fields, it helped to swap units without the need to select them again manually. After completion, I submitted the code to GitHub and made this release that became accessible. After my colleague Brijesh completed the UI part of the screen, I pulled the code from GitHub and started to work on it. The new submenu permitted users to choose and convert their input into many units at once. After the completion of these changes, I pushed the changes once again to GitHub and continued with releasing the second version publicly. In the third version, as per requirement, I added 3 more units and changed the design according to the functionality. Additionally, I fixed the problem in the Get Started button on the Select Mode screen while improving the design interface response. Furthermore, I added a validation functionality that limited the user input field to a maximum of 9 digits. After completing improvements, I pushed code to GitHub and released the third version in GitHub.
In the conclusion, by understanding user needs very well and continuously improving the tool with the feedback we receive, a product has been born which allows to freely switch between different units, whether it is kilometer, miles or centimeters and other lots of units. Now stepping on, we are going to keep making the app more user friendly and improving its functionality over the time by implementing the feedback we continuously receive from our users.